What screams I'm depressed? I'm not that great when it comes to good advice, but if you just need someone to listen to you or discuss feelings, don't hesitate to DM me. I show at least 99% of the symptoms in this comment section, yet I don't feel depressed. I'm so confused. Not showering regularly, dressing poorly, bad posture. Me watching TikTok memes at 1 AM. Before I was diagnosed to have anxiety, I always was socially awkward and sometimes crying even if I think I screwed something up, always apologizing to people I didn't need to apologize to. And I had occasional suicidal thoughts, never attempted though. If you have thoughts of suicide, or you notice that you're always thinking that other people hate you / think you're weird, y'all, please go see a doctor. When you're sad about being sad. I would sort of let it all out at school cause I didn't want my mum worrying about me when I was at home, but when I couldn't hold it in I would just pretend I was tired and cry myself to sleep. I say this in past tense but I still do it now. Mental health is fun. A person screaming I'm depressed. 90% of all Nirvana songs. A feeling of emptiness, not sadness, just feeling that there's a void and nothing matters. Actually committing suicide. Having a conversation / interaction with someone then replaying it over and over in your head, interpreting it in a million different ways of how the other person perceived you negatively. Even though you know that the other person probably didn't even care. For me it is a constant feeling of dragging fatigue. No matter how well I sleep, all I want to do is lay in bed and sleep away the world. Not working on my cosplay. The obligatory I'm just tired. Honestly, whilst I'm not depressed at the moment, I'm sort of bipolar. I listen to Joy Division as it helped me when I was depressed. But man, their songs are depressing, even their singer killed Holmes till 5. I don't get happy when I get a victory royale. Holidays and birthdays are just another day, you feel no joy for them whatsoever. Teens. A loudmouth depressed person probably. Me, usually. Sleeping a lot. Not to be confused with being lazy, it's more like thinking it doesn't worth it to try anything. Script kiddies and cyberbullies. 14-year-old girls. Lack of motivation, inconsistent eating and sleeping habits, thoughts of self-harm or suicide, self-loathing, and just an alpine feeling of helplessness. If you experience these, I recommend seeing a therapist. Listening and singing to Billie Eilish's songs. Walking away from your group of great friends almost in tears every morning. Please tell us what's wrong, Rebecca. A fringe that falls in front of one eye and covers it. Looking at your messy room, and realizing it's been messy for the past month, but you still have no motivation to clean it. A basic white girl. Listening to Juice WRLD. Honestly. Just a debilitating fatigue. Like a person could easily sleep for 12+ hours and still feel tired. Lack of or increased appetite, sometimes both at the same time, for me anyway. Lack of interest or pleasure in things they may have found enjoyable. This whole thread got me in the wrong place. For me, it's excessive sleepiness. Cancelling plans to nap more and not leaving bed or showering. Sleeping. So much sleeping. Cancelling plans left and right just to lay in bed and feel that comfortable place of days. Your eyes getting heavy, and everything leaves your shoulders for even just a few hours when you're sleeping. It's just absolute bliss. Me. I, sometimes, scream I'm depressed. Why, you ask? I do it if I'm bored, mostly. But I am, in fact, depressed. I am getting better, and I don't have a therapist and I don't take medications. Apathy. Feeling like the world is moving ahead and you just stay stuck. At some point nothing matters and you need reminders of why you need to care or get out of bed. Sayori from DDLC. Someone screaming I'm depressed. My friend randomly asked me what I wanna be when you grow up. I said, well, I don't think I'll live that long, but... That feeling when you wake up, when you sit up and every thought and feeling just hits you like a freight train. Like the world is telling you that you really shouldn't care or want to do anything, so you just follow suit and do nothing all day but smoke weed and act like nothing is wrong. Or when you plan something like seeing a movie but you do it as soon as the movie comes out and with a group of people, so you have to go out and do something to make them not bug you about how you're feeling and make sure you're okay. And it really is that your friends want to help. But sometimes it's someone or something specific you need happening in your life for months before you can get any help or semblance of your humanity back, instead of walking around like an empty husk. When you start making the excuse that you're tired but really you're doing nothing all day in bed staring at nothing, then later you start becoming an insomniac. Gosh, a lot of things written actually hits me. Am I depressed? What should I do? When you have a lot of scars or cuts from self-harm, or when you know how to tie a noose. I know not all people who know how to tie a noose are not depressed. Even when I tried to hide it the best that I can, there are some points that make it actually really clear, if they just would know it. Changes in behavior, character, even the smallest ones, but things that don't fit to the person. Staring holes into the air, an empty look in the eyes, feeling of not being there. Avoiding people, not because they don't like it, but because they don't want to hurt them or make them feel overwhelmed. Avoidance in general. If you have the feeling that something isn't right and you ask them, they will never tell you the truth. When they answer evasively or way too harsh, they should try to hide it harder. The best answer to sudden mood changes is always "I am just tired." Getting annoyed really easily. Yeah, that's all I can think about right now. Wearing an infomercial bra in your teens and 20s. Not wanting to be with people, but also feeling a deep emptiness when you're alone because nothing you do is fun or fulfillment, not even the YouTube videos you used to love when you were younger. I want to share my current status with the world. I feel like I am in black hole of depression. I am battling with depression since 10 years. I am dentist with a master's degree. I had expectations with my life which got completely shattered. At 30 years of age I am not financially secure. That breaks me in bits and pieces from inside. I recently moved to other country on PR and now I have to go through a long process to get my license to practice dentistry. I get scared of studying after 8 years of constant studies and hard work. When I see other people of my age, they are doing pretty well, but my struggle is not getting over. I feel trapped and I want to come out of this mess. Me and my wife just had baby last month, which is the only relief in my life. Rest of all seems uncertain. What should I do? My adult-size Hello Kitty onesie stained with barbecue sauce. When someone goes to pee and after the business is done, he leans towards the tap to clean his hands, but at the last moment, he decides not to. WRG, Kepuksitk, no depress etc. Fasush, Enix, do things not depress about things. Half of Reddit. Screaming, I'm depressed. Avengers Endgame. A suicide attempt. Jesus. Every comment describes me. Sleeping all the time. Me like 24/7. Drinking a case of beer every day. In someone else, a sudden change in hobbies/fashion, a sudden or gradual decrease in hanging out with friends with limited other explanation, increase in use of morbid memes and jokes, lots of things of little changes both sudden and over time. The flags aren't just for depression, as other medical issues can cause similar effects and be just as destructive. Also, if someone who has been getting distant starts acting odd in any way, do your best to get someone to check in on them ASAP. Too many times it's the one of the last big warning signs for an oncoming crisis. Not having done my dishes in over 2 weeks. Also down to showering just once a week. In my experience anyway, every time I fall into the hole of depression, which happens regularly, my smell and taste becomes different. Like I can't taste things as well and the smell of things is like the same. It's like a weird ill smell stuck in my nose. That's just one of the weird things that sticks out to me. Macron__/Macron. Sitting at home and wanting to go home. Random increase of suicide jokes. I make a lot of dark jokes myself, but whenever I see someone joking about killing themselves, I instantly get super worried. A very extroverted depressed individual. Also sarcasm. Wait,